Marta Pilsma, it's my pleasure, and thank you for being here. For me, it was really a great pleasure to know musicians, great musicians like you and like the others. It was for me a big, a great opportunity. Just a short biography about you. You are a Dutch, and you started playing the instruments since you were 7 years old. You played and studied in England and in your country, Netherlands, and perhaps it's important to say that you are a member of the Flex ensemble, and you won many prizes with the ensemble. For example, like the International Schumann Chamber Music in Frankfurt, and Gianni Bergamo Classic Music Award. So I think you have a great career. You can talk about yourself perhaps more, but what I can say also that you are since 2014, you are a teacher of for cello at the Hamburger Conservatory. Yes. Conservatorium, or it would be better to correct the name.
That's correct.
Yeah. So would you like to add something to what I have said?
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So we can start directly by talking about your experimental concerts, or today the rehearsals and the recordings, and meeting other musicians, other instruments, perhaps new music, microtonal music. How do you find this experience?
Yeah, it was a really interesting experience. I mean, we're not done yet, so we're still in the middle of it. I really enjoyed playing so many different pieces. Of course, it's also challenging because all the 6 pieces are entirely different. They ask such different things from us as musicians. But that also makes it interesting because every piece has its own world, so to say, its own sound world. And meeting the other musicians was really interesting because I've never played together with these kind of instruments. So that was a whole new experience for me.
Great. Yeah. You mean, for example, most of the pieces were microtonal and spectral also.
Yes.
How do you find this new technique? Is it difficult, or does it need new technique or methods, you think, or no, you can learn it very easy?
It is different. I mean, I've played new music quite a bit, so I've come across it. But of course, to really focus on it this much is a different situation. And I also found it interesting, for example, the Sabbath piece, Mark Sabbath piece, there we really focus on these 7 notes, the microtonal, so you really zoom in on this aspect, and you find this sound world. Of course, that needs adjusting. I mean, that is, it's about opening the ears to this kind of new harmonies, basically.
Exactly.
So that took a bit of time to adjust and to find each other in the sound, because that's not something we do every day.
Yep.
But it's something you can learn, and I think we've learned it in the days that we rehearsed together.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think, for example, or did you learn it in academical way during your study to play microtones?
No, not necessarily. Exactly. No, we focus on different things. I think these are the kind of things you come across in when you start to play concerts, and when you start to play new music projects. Then you come across it and you find out yourself how things work.
So there is no methods. There is no teaching.
No.
Okay.
No, this is usually a bit of a problem, because the the education is mostly around playing your instrument in the classical way.
Exactly.
We don't learn new music techniques until I mean, only if you're curious yourself and you look for it yourself and you find the people who can explain this to you.
Yeah.
Then that's how you learn.
Exactly.
But that's also okay. Then you need a bit of curiosity, and then you get there as well.
Yeah. So for example, if I'll say there is a book about or methods to teach cello or microtonal music for cello, would you take it seriously to teach your students, or perhaps it's for you not the priority?
It depends a little bit on the student, I think. I
Yeah.
mean, if students need, I think they need a strong base,
Yeah.
and then they can learn everything they will need in life. I think that is, it depends a little bit. I think there are students who are in a situation in their life where they can handle it, to learn
Yeah.
something else, and to focus on that and not lose the basic plan of what they need as well. I think then
Exactly.
it's not a problem. For some students, it might be too overwhelming in that short time, and they will maybe come across it later when they're ready for it. I think if you start mixing it in too early, it might be confusing, and it might actually
Exactly.
have a bad influence on, I don't know,
so you mean
intonation
that,
or-
for example, the conservatories and the high schools, they should teach the basic of the music, and then perhaps the next step for a student to choose his way or to learn microtonals, but not parallel.
I'm not sure. It's a difficult question, actually. I mean, I think it would be nice to offer it as a subject as well. I think there should definitely be more focus on new music
Exactly.
techniques, not just
Exactly.
microtonal music,
Yeah.
but in general. I think that's an important part. And in that subject, it would be good to also touch that. Yeah, no, I think it should be
So
taught.
you think, for example, in Europe, for example, until now I couldn't find a book or a method to teach microtonal music for other cultures. For example, like you would find somebody would play raga music or dastka or maqam music. And if they would play it not they don't trust what they play. So do you think should be something changed in this case?
To develop a method for it.
Yeah, for example.
It would not be a bad idea. I'm sure. I mean, yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if everybody's ready for that, but I think it's definitely something that would be interesting, and the people who have this interest then can also find this information.
Exactly.
I think that's not a bad thing. No.
And how do you find this merge, for example, between Arab music? Sometimes you had some pieces with Arabic music and European music.
Yeah.
This kind of multi-family children. How do you find them? Are they cool or no? It's
yeah, it was. I mean, I really enjoyed this process, and I think it made it so much easier for us to actually sit next to the ney and hear the sounds and hear it in context.
Yeah.
And then for us, it's much easier to react and to engage and to imitate. And I think then really something happens. So I thought this combination was perfect. Yeah.
I don't know if, for example, Daniel used special instruments or devices, and I don't know.
I called it his machine. Yeah,
yeah, machine.
It's the machine. Yeah.
Hearing machine. How do you find it? It's necessary, or it was awful?
I must say, in the beginning, I found it quite annoying, the sound of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it really helped. I mean, it's good for us because it is a different world, and especially for Mark Sabbath's piece, we really needed to check ourselves and to get used to this world. At some point, you don't need it anymore. It's just like a little check on the side. But I think we definitely needed it. Yes.
So, in this case, now you have a good experience. If I'll tell you, are you ready now for a next concert, for example, in an Arabic world, in an Arabic country? Sorry, Arab country. Would you be enthusiastic for again to do such experiments?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, Martha, thank you very much. I enjoyed talking to you today and to listen to your music.
Thank you.
What you did today was really great for me.
Thank you for your music.
And hope to listen to you again and again and to be with you in projects. Thank you.
Thank you.